Garima. Can you listen me?
So your voice is a little low.
It is clear?
Yes. No, it's fine, sir.
Okay. Miss Garima, you are from Sonipat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me something about the Panipat battle?
Yes, sir. So there were 3 battles that were fought between. The first battle was fought in 1526 between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur, which led to foundation of Mughal Empire. So the second battle was fought in 1556 between Hemu and Akbar, but he was quite small at that time. So it was fought between Akbar and Hemu and Bairam Khan. And so the third battle was fought between the Marathas and Ahmad Shah Abdali in 1761.
Okay. And can you tell me why or what the Sonipat is famous for?
So Sonipat is famous for a lot of things. So one is its cuisines like ghevar, Sar Pyare Ka Peda is there, Matturam ki jalebi. So for Murthal parathas, it's also famous. And sir, over the years we have seen a very good sports culture, which has even contributed to a lot of Olympians. So sir, these are some things that Sonipat is famous for.
Okay, Mr. Garima, your optional is political science. Yes, I
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How the Hobbes has perceived the man?
Yes, sir. So Hobbes has given a pessimistic view of human nature as utilitarian, individualistic, and materialistic.
Okay. And how he could have perceived the state of that time?
Sorry, sir. Could you please repeat the
How
question?
had he perceived the state at that time?
So the state of nature was, the life in a state of nature was very short, poor, brutish, and nasty because of the pessimist, because of these qualities of human nature, and that led to formation of state whose primary purpose was to ensure security of life.
Okay. Hobbes, Bodin, and Machiavelli, all three have contributed in making your nation state. Fine.
So they contributed in
Making nation state.
So I did not get the word.
Making nation state.
Nation state.
Making nations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are their contributions? Can you tell me?
Sir, the major theory of nation state is attributed to Machiavelli, who talked. Sir, I'll have to go and check my notes again. I'm sorry.
Okay. What's the Machiavellian principle?
Yes, sir. So the one thing that he talks about is power is the means and power is the end, and he's called as father of realism in political theory. And Machiavelli is associated with being realistic, focusing on what is rather than what ought to be, as the previous Greek philosophers like Socrates and Plato had insisted upon. So he's different from those in this aspect.
Okay, two policies in international relations have been in practice. One is known as the policy of carrot and stick. Another is known as the policy of lion and fox.
So, sir, I'm really sorry, sir. I'm not able to hear you properly.
Okay. Two policies have been in a practice in international relations. One is known as the carrot and the stick.
Yes.
Another is known as lion and a fox policy.
Lion and fox.
Can
yes.
you explain them?
Yes, sir. So the carrot and stick policies can be seen as so carrot is something which is softer measures like economic trade or maybe sanctions could come under the carrot policy, but the stick would be taking some sort of sorry sir carrot would be giving some sort of assistance to the nation, while imposing sanctions could come under the stick policy. And sir, lion and fox is these concepts were given by Machiavelli, and he said that the leader has to be both shrewd like a fox and brave like lion. So we can see its manifestation in the policies of United States.
Okay, right. And what is the theory of justice given by John Rawls?
So the main theory that he says is that justice is fairness, and he has given uh, the three principles of maximum liberty for all, uh, equality of opportunity, and difference principle to arrive at this principle of justice. That justice is fairness and the first virtue of social institutions.
And how the theory of justice or the notion of justice of Amartya Sen is related with Rawls?
Yes, sir. So both Amartya Sen as well as John Rawls, they come under the category of social liberals. So they talk about the role of state, the state, private sector, and civil society in ensuring the just principles of fairness. And Amartya Sen also talks about the capability approach.
Okay.
थोड़ा अमर्त्य सेन की जो इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी थी, थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
Sir, I'll have to read up on that. I'm not able to think about it. I just know about the capability approach.
वेलफेयर इकोनॉमी के बारे में उन्होंने कुछ कहा था. आपने कुछ सुना है वेलफेयर इकोनॉमी के बारे में?
Sir, I have read about it, but I'll have
जन
to
औषधि केंद्र के बारे में क्या ये अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव में सफल है?
Sir, so the Jan Aushadhi Kendras, they want to ensure affordable medicines and prevent out-of-pocket expenditure of the people, which leads to almost 55 million people getting pushed into poverty every year. But so one lacuna that I found in this Jan Aushadhi scheme is that that not many people are aware of these kendras. So second is that these kendras are not located everywhere. So even in my locality, the pharmacy shop is closer as compared to a Jan Aushadhi Kendra.
Yes, Ms. Garima. As we know that Locke is the father of liberalism, right?
Sorry, sir.
Locke
I'm not able to see you.
Locke is the father of liberalism.
So Locke, yes, sir. Locke is father of liberalism.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he has defined life, liberty, and property.
Yes, sir.
What is the relation, according to Locke, among them, life, liberty, and property?
So he has called these rights as inalienable rights, and that one right without the other does not mean anything. We have to ensure that all these three rights are protected, and that's why he also that is the primary responsibility of the state, is to ensure these three rights.
Okay, and who has established neoliberalism?
So the father of neoliberalism is Hayek.
Okay, can you define the freedom from and freedom to?
Yes, sir. So it's the principle of Marxism, which says that freedom from each according. So just
Question
so
is
freedom
from and freedom to.
So freedom from necessities and so freedom to, I'm not able to recall, sir.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Okay, and you have mentioned in your hobby reading the books on self-help, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these books are like books on motivation.
Sorry, sir.
The books on motivation.
So one of the areas that they cover is motivation. Yes.
Right. And can you give me tell me the name, which writer you like most?
James Clear, his book Atomic Habit.
Atomic Habit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the atomic habit?
Yes, sir. So atomic habit refers to 1% improvement in our habits. So like an atom, the author talks about that if we make 1% improvement every day, we are going to turn out 37 times better after the end of the year. Similarly, if we make 1%, if we make 1%, if we if we adopt habits which are which are poor, and if we go towards them, then we are going to be, after the end of the year, we are going to be almost around 0%. So sir, he talks about that in order to change our habits, we need to take compounding steps, or we need to take very small steps.
But on contrary, there is the principle in psychology that as within, so without.
Sorry sir.
On contrary, to your motivation, there is a principle in psychology: as within, so without.
I'm not aware of this concept, sir. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
sir.
right. So you are having, the decision in pharmacy. So my last question to you is, how it is going to be helpful for administration?
Yes, sir. So theoretically, after reading about pharmacy, I know as an administrator, I'll be able to suggest better policies that could help in improving our pharma sector. And so the practical skills that I learned from pharmacy is that, regarding pharmacy, when we come out with drugs, in the process of drug discovery, we fail a lot of times before we succeed. So, sir, this is something, and we go for pilot trials. So this is something which can be emulated in policy making also. So instead of while starting something new, instead of bringing it in the whole country, we can start with pilot trials, learn from their success and failures, and then expand it to the whole country. And so other thing that I have learned is the course of dispensing pharmacy. It teaches that a formulation or a drug might not benefit everyone, but it should not harm anyone. So, sir, the same goes in administration also, that a scheme or an initiative, although it might not benefit everyone, but it should not at the same time harm anyone or any class or any section of the society.
Okay, fine.
ओके गरिमा,
Yes.
आपने कहा कि एक तो मतलब लोकेशन नहीं है, मतलब उतने जन औषधि केंद्र अवेलेबल नहीं है, दूसरा अवेयरनेस नहीं है, और मुझे ये लगता है कि वहां पे उतनी मेडिसिन की क्वांटिटी नहीं है।
Yes,
ये बात सही है?
Yes.
अच्छा, तो मैं ये जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि क्या फार्मेसी के स्टूडेंट या जिनको फार्मा के लाइसेंस मिलते हैं वो इतने ट्रेंड होते हैं कि वो जनता को मेडिसिन सजेस्ट कर सकें?
So it depends on the student or who has completed pharmacy. So these days a lot of people we go to the pharmacist or the chemist and ask them to prescribe us medicine instead of going to the doctor. So sir, they do know a lot, but if we give them proper training, I think we can have the same system as what exists in the United States.
They do a lot का मतलब क्या हुआ? कितना तक जानते हैं? हम कहाँ तक भरोसा कर सकते हैं?
So we should not.
या फिर इसको completely ban कर देना चाहिए? Without proper prescription, they don't give any medicine.
So there is this concept of OTC, over-the-counter drugs, which suggests that one does not need the prescription to obtain them. So, sir, apart from that, it is illegal also for the chemist or the pharmacist to prescribe those to sell those drugs. So, sir, it is already banned in India.
Self-help group और NGO में क्या अंतर है?
So self-help groups, they are a group of people who have certain commonality. So they have similar social background or economic background. So while NGO, it's a group which which people from different backgrounds come and create. So this is one of the
India's biggest self-help group. Can you name?
Sir, it's Kudum Shri in Kerala. I'll have to check it out, sir.
What they do?
Sir, it's sir, the self-help group. It comprises mostly of women, and sir, they help in they help in empowering women. So I was reading on news that Kudum Shri has been collaborating with an African country in creating solar mamas. So our initiative, the solar mamas, it is where Kudum Shri will be imparting that technology or the know-how to the women of Africa. And so one is women empowerment. So one other area that they work on is ensuring the schemes they are implemented properly. So they hold the administration accountable.
पाकिस्तान के स्टेट्स का नाम बता दीजिए मुझे.
Yes, sir. So there are 4 provinces. So Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, and sir, I'm not able to recall the 4th one.
And their capitals, some of them.
Sir, I'll have to check.
Okay. तो भारत में अगर ऐसा किया जाए कि जो सरकार जो पब्लिक हेल्थ पे जो पैसे खर्च कर रही है उसे बंद करके सरकार एक मास आयुष्मान भारत की तरह सबका कार्ड बना दे, ठीक है, और प्राइवेट सेक्टर को और नरिश होने दे, ठीक है, तो क्या इससे हेल्थ कवरेज बढ़ेगा, लोगों तक हेल्थ फैसिलिटी प्रॉपर्ली पहुंचेगी?
Sir, if we do something like Ayushman Bharat, and so firstly, Ayushman Bharat, it does not cover the primary healthcare facilities, and it's about the hospitalization. It covers the hospitalization costs, and so we need to spend our healthcare funds in other. We spend our healthcare funds in other areas also, in awareness, in ensuring nutrition aspects. So, sir, Ayushman Bharat is not holistically covered. So, one disadvantage of making it completely Ayushman Bharat would be.
सवाल दूसरा था. सवाल आप फिर से समझिए कि क्या सरकार जितना पैसा खर्च कर रही है अपने पब्लिक हेल्थ सिस्टम को दुरुस्त करने के लिए, इतना बड़ा नेटवर्क है प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर से लेकर के डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल तक, और केंद्र सरकार द्वारा आयोजित कुछ अस्पताल भी हैं, तो ये जो इतना बड़ा नेटवर्क है, सरकार यहाँ पे कम खर्च करके कुछ मिनिमम एश्योरिटी दे लोगों को कि इतनी फैसिलिटीज आपको फ्री ऑफ कास्ट मिल जाएगी, तो इससे प्राइवेट सेक्टर और नरिश हो जाएगा और लोगों को क्वालिटी हेल्थ मिल पाएगा. ऐसा प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल है या सरकार को इस दिशा में काम करना चाहिए?
Sir, this is one of the steps that we would see our healthcare to adopt, involving private players, and some services could be and should definitely be delegated to the private sector. So last year when I went for my medical exam at Deen Dayal Upadhyay Hospital in Delhi, so this is being implemented there. So there was a counter where certain services were provided by the private players, and so there was a lot of difference in, even by looking at the area that the private company had acquired and the rest of the building. So there was a huge difference. So we can start with it, but at the same time there is a concern with private players that they are costly. So the government could step in and take care of the cost aspects, but we really need to include private players.
गरिमा, लास्ट वन, आपने पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय का नाम लिया, उनके एकात्म मानववाद के बारे में कुछ बताएंगे?